Hello and welcome to the FPL Social. It is Gillis here. I am part of the FPL Addicts, but I am one of your hosts for the FPL Social 2022 in Sydney. We are running this preview show for you guys today, just to create a bit of hype around the upcoming social. As you can see on your screen right now, I'm joined by a number of our FPL guests, some managers from you may recognize from around from Australia, from Sydney. We've got a couple from Melbourne as well. We've got a bit of a mix. But all these guys are FPL content creators and some serious FPL managers who are bringing their knowledge, their advice, and their experience. Some younger, some older. I'm not looking at a few of you already. But they've all got a bit of experience, and they're going to be passing on their knowledge and experience to you guys. But as you know, the FPL Social, it's Australia's biggest meetup. We're so excited to bring this second installment to you guys. Back in February, we launched the FPL Social in Melbourne. We had a fantastic event, action-packed. Melbourne got to show off all their managers, all the FPL experience and knowledge in there. But now it is Sydney's turn. New South Wales, we are coming for you. If you haven't already, you can purchase your ticket online at the fplsocial.com.au. Tickets are available on there. We're going to go through today a number of different items that we're going to be discussing on the day, as well as how you guys can be involved if you can't make it, because it is going to be streamed online as well. But if you are looking at attending, you haven't bought your ticket yet, have a watch of today and you'll see why. But I am joined by one of our hosts of the FPL Social. He did back in Melbourne, he ticked it off, and he's going to be doing it again in Sydney. He's going to be flying in along with myself. One of the boys can't be here, Elliot, but Ollie he's joined me today. Ollie, how are you, mate?
Yeah, mate, I'm very, very well, thank you. How are you doing? You well?
Yeah, everything is good, buddy. Super excited, of course, because we've been planning this one for a bit of time now. We couldn't get this at the start of the season, but we wanted to, we've moved it into this next kind of just before the international break. So just after the international break to get going on the running for the World Cup. But yeah, tell me about your experience of the last FPL Social.
Yeah, the last FPL Social was quality. Obviously, everybody then went into the pub afterwards, and that was the last week of me being 17. So actually looking forward to getting involved with everybody now, watching a bit of football afterwards. But it was brilliant just to be able to host it. Obviously, Elliot, best mate, a chance to host it with him was wonderful. We had a wonderful, bunch of panelists. Obviously, Chazza was there in the audience, and he's now come along. So it just shows that you can meet some wonderful people who are part of such a wonderful community. And on top of the hosting bit, that was the best bit for me. Just getting to meet people I'd known through Twitter and known through Spaces, and just seeing profile to actually put faces to names was wonderful. It was an awesome experience, and I'm ready to go again. As Anthony Joshua said, man, the first time was so nice. I had to do it twice. So let's have it.
Brilliant. Nice little Anthony Joshua quote in there too. I guess it's because not many Blackburn players maybe have given you famous quotes in the past. But listen, you absolutely killed it at the last social. I'm excited to get you hosting again along with Elliot. You are the Ant and Deck of FPL. So it is a great opportunity again for yourself to get out there. But like you said, the most important thing to meet people who you've been chatting to on Twitter. Obviously we met everyone during COVID pretty much, and now it's this opportunity once again to get together. But Melbourne, we had a good group there. We had a great crowd, but Sydney's going to bring something a bit different, isn't it?
Sydney's going to pop off. It's going to absolutely pop off. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Obviously, there is a few of us from Melbourne coming up to Sydney. So we're going to get the best of both worlds, really. We're going to get some class Melbourne panelists. We're going to get the best of Melbourne, the best of Sydney. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, it's a place where we obviously haven't done the social before. We've got the football afterwards at Allianz, a new stadium, a new bar to go and visit for those that are going to visit us there. a bunch of new people, a new market for us to tap into. So it's going to bring something different, but it's also going to bring a lot of the same as well. Like, obviously, you don't want to veer off, what we are as a group, like what the addicts are and what our panelists are, which is, easygoing, knowledgeable people who are going to have a good time. And that's what's going to stay the same. Like, we're not going to change who we are based on the location we're in. We're still going to have a load of banter. We're still going to have the laughs. We're still going to have, everything that made the first social so good, but just in a different place.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. But I think we're going to stick to the key principles, the key mantra, the slogan of FPL Social. It is all about football, community, and banter. They are the three ones we have got tattooed onto us, and that is what we can't wait for. But let's just have a quick look at what we're going to be going through on at the social. As you can see up on the screen now, we're going to have the lineup includes a live fan debate. We're going to have a special guest as well to be revealed. Last FPL Social, we did introduce number one in Australia for the previous season. So Bill Stewart came on there, which was absolutely fantastic. It was a nice surprise for everyone to meet. So we'll see who we've got in store for this time. But we've also got challenges and the FPL quiz. We're probably going to chat about a few of them things during this little preview. There's also food and drinks going to be available for people when they're attending, of course. Got to keep hydrated. It is going to be a long day. And then there is the after party. We have got the Big Blue, which is Sydney FC versus Melbourne Victory. So we just spin away from FPL for a little while to break it up and go and watch some live football, which you can't beat. And then onto the into the evening where we're going to head into Sydney CBD and watch the live Premier League games, which is fantastic. And we're super excited. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be well worth it. But if we can get into it a little bit now, I'm going to bring up our first panelist, FPL Mavericks, Ben Brookie. He is a fellow Englishman as well, but he's going to be on the first debate panel along with Ryan, who I'll introduce just shortly as well. But Ben, you must be super excited. It is your chance now. We're coming to Sydney. You've seen what Melbourne had to offer, but how excited are you about us coming over to Sydney?
Hey, Gilles, mate. Yeah, really excited. Be great. I know you guys are based up in Melbourne, and I've seen all the stuff that you guys have been doing on the Addicts Pod and FPL Social. So excited to meet you all. I think got a great Twitter community here in Australia, even though it's small but mighty. So it'd be nice to put a few faces to the Twitter handles and chat FPL, mate.
Yeah, that's exactly right, mate. And you're going to be discussing the season so far. So on the debate, we're going to be obviously Ollie and Elliot are going to be throwing questions at you to to get your points over and say what you think of maybe the season so far, what we could be looking out for, especially as we head into the World Cup kind of period as well, and thereafter. Anything you're super keen to be discussing in there?
Well, Mavericks, mate, and differentials for sure. Make the FPL world go around for me. So we'd love to hear a couple of Quentin's. He's got some decent ones up his sleeve. I want to hear from him on the FPL Social. I think the biggest thing for me will be, Haaland perma-captain. Really like that topic.
Yeah.
Would be some interesting viewpoints there. So, I think that's a big talking point in the game. And then obviously, who's going to be in the Champions League places and winning the league and relegation, and then tying it all back to FPL, mate. So excited to chat through it all.
Yeah, great. There's obviously so many different obstacles as we go around in the season. You've got some great little topics to discuss. You've got content from, we're going to be looking at game week 10 when we're on the FPL Social. So we're going to be looking at maybe some of them options for the preview, but ongoing as well into that World Cup thing. So you've got a lot of good, nice topics. You've got a bit of time to think about how you're going to get your points over, and obviously try and go up against Ryan, Football Chat Box. I'm going to bring him in now. How are you, sir? You well?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, everything's good, mate. Obviously, super excited. I love the Old Trafford, signage in the background. And obviously, I know you're a big Man United fan. And obviously, we're coming into a good time being Man United fans now. We're starting to step up a little bit, get into that next gear. But you're going to be up against the Mavericks. He's got some great picks. He's got a great podcast. We know you've got some great content as well, Ryan. But what are you looking forward to about the FPL Social?
it's mostly just to like meet various other managers from Sydney, and also like I couldn't make the last one in Melbourne, so
Yep.
it's good to see that like there are some managers who we've spoken with on Twitter who are making their way down to Sydney. So it's just get to know a lot more people. Like Ben said, put faces to the Twitter handles that we're speaking to every day. So it's just the experience. That's what I'm looking forward to mainly.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've discussed, and we'll touch on this numerous times, the experience of actually meeting people face to face who you've been chatting to online for a number of years now, a number of seasons, it's going to be that is the most powerful thing, and these connections get stronger and stronger. But you've got some good any topics, obviously within maybe not your own, but topics across the day that you're looking forward to hearing about.
It'll be interesting to see the top 10K template.
Yep.
And maybe also whether they'll mention with regards to the top 100K, because we've always had this discussion about the top 10K maybe shouldn't be taken as a thing to look at, because it's much more harder to get into as well as a goal to set. And also currently in the present season right now, the top 10K doesn't really reflect probably the managers who will eventually end up there. Maybe some will, some might not, because it's still really early in the season. Lots of chips have been played by managers who are currently in that position. So it will be very interesting to see with regards to that. And also, will the template change often during the season? And we've gone from big at the back to maybe now big up front. So let's see how many times it changes.
See, this is what I love already. We are getting into it. This stream, I'm like, lads, we're going to be 15 minutes and we could go for even another 20, 30 an hour, just purely because we want to get onto these subjects. But already you've come up with a number of topics that we can flesh out on the day. Usually when we're doing a podcast, obviously we've got a lot of content creators here. We try and keep it short, snappy, get to the point and give the info we want to give. But on the day, you've got hours and hours to get these points over. So this is what we're excited. But Ryan and Ben, really excited to meet you both in person. Can't wait to get onto your content and discuss the season so far, get your points over and how you think the season's going to pan out. But that is the FPL Debate 1 that we're going to look at, that we're obviously on the day. And you'll see them boys live on the stream if you can't make it as well. But Ollie, back to you now, mate. What else have we got lined up for the rest of what's coming up next after Debate 1?
Got tons of stuff on the way for the FPL Social. So for the rest of the day, we've got a pod. We alluded to having a pod. We're doing a live pod, which obviously we did last time round. Just flashbacks to our little Harry Winks moment from the last FPL Social. Anyone remembers that? That was in the live pod. So hopefully we get a few more memories made there. We've got a few more football style challenges as well that we had last year. From inspired by a certain English football show that we won't name because we're not sponsored by them. But those who know. And then we've got a couple more debates. So it's going to be jam-packed, mate. Yeah,
great stuff. And obviously coming up after Debate 1, we're going to go to Quentin now. Quentin, I've thrown him in the deep end here, and I know he can handle it. This is why, right? So Quentin is going to be on the debate panel along with the FPL planner, and those who are in the FPL community and you're watching this, the FPL planner is an absolute gun and he's a mastermind. But Quentin is an eye test champion. I'm building you up here, mate. So Quentin, FPL Amateurs of Oz, thank you for being on the panel firstly. But listen, we're super excited to get you up there. I know you've been dying for this as well, because you would have given anything to have been there in February in Melbourne. But this is your time now, mate. Are you excited?
Yeah, mate, I'm so keen. I think I messaged you leading up to the Melbourne one, just how disappointed I was that I couldn't make it. And, I eventually got COVID anyway, so I couldn't make it anyway. But, I was very disappointed. But this time I made sure, no matter what, it was a kid's birthday, we're going to reschedule it. I was coming, so.
I love it, mate. But this is what it takes. FPL is all about sacrifice. When you're one of ththese content creators, you're sacrificing to watch the games. I know you haven't had much sleep this season so far, but this is why you're going to be you're going up against the FPL planner for the eye test. I know you've watched so much football this season already. You are in the wide awake club. You don't go to sleep either. So This is why I'm excited for you to be coming on this panel. So how are you feeling about the topic and the different questions that are going to be coming at you?
No, I think it's good just because me and Plan are at the other end of the scale where he's, has the best knowledge of stats and how to use them effectively. But I'm sort of down the other end where I think the eye test, if you use it effectively, I think it can be quite helpful, especially getting ahead of the curve as well. You kind of want to, I guess, get on plays before other people know them. And if the stats are there to show that these plays are good, people are already going to be on them. But in the eye test, you can kind of get ahead of the curve a couple of weeks and sort of get those early points.
Yeah, it's all about the calling. But as you can see, the plan has just popped up in the feed. He couldn't make it on the live stream, but he's tuned in. I think he's probably maybe, he's on his way back home or something from training, but he's feeling the pressure already. So he's no doubt going to be getting a couple of documents up and researching, and he's going to become prepared, isn't he? But what else are you looking forward to in the FPL Social?
Probably the first thing that I was looking forward to is the soccer challenges. So I'm a keen footballer myself. So that was probably the biggest thing that I was very envious of, watching all the soccer challenges and, that TV show you won't speak of. I loved watching that. So yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing for me on the day, outside meeting, obviously, all the people that I haven't had a chance to meet in person. And, me, I'm a pretty sociable type of person. So having a few beers with some legends, it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, listen, I've no doubt the beers will be flowing, mate. I've got no doubt that you'll be at the bar for most of it as well. But that's what it's all about, all the social. But as you mentioned, the challenges that we're going to be running on the day, we had some crackers on at the FPL Social in Melbourne. We get to use the pitch, so we're going to be hosting the FPL Social Ultra Football. If you didn't know already, Ultra Football is Australia's biggest and best football store. It is dedicated to the beautiful game. They have got every single jersey going. They are bringing activations left, right, and centre to their stores to get you in there and showcase what a great store is. They've got obviously every brand for the top 4: Adidas, Nike, jerseys, team wear. They've got the latest boots. They've got the best footballs. It's class, and they've got a cafe bar on site as well as the main event, which is a football pitch on there. So there is a 5-side pitch inside the store where you can try on the boots, go and test them out on the pitch, which is sick. And we actually get to play the challenges from the FPL on the FPL Social on the day. We're going to be doing the challenges on there. We've got like the top bins, we've got volleys. There's a goal in there as well, a 11-a-side goal that we can shoot at too. So not only do you get the chance to come and watch these great FPL content creators and managers live in the studio in person, get to meet, get to socialize, meet like-minded people, but you also get to put your boots on and have a go on the pitch as well. So Quentin, I'm excited to see what you've got in your locker, mate. You've got the knowledge,
mate.
cracking stuff, mate. I love it. So yeah, I can't wait. But listen, very excited for you to come on, and obviously and the FPL Panel, you couldn't make the stream here now, but yeah, can't wait to get him on either. But up next, Ollie, I'm going to throw it back to you, mate. So you've already mentioned about the preview show. So we're going to be the deadline is on the day, on the Saturday, the 8th of October. So what does the typical preview show look like for the FPL Addicts?
It's just going to be, again, just a lot of banter, really. We're going to have a look at the fixtures coming up. We're going to have a look at CC with Chaz's Captain's Corner, which is an unmissable segment if you've not watched Addicts Pod so far this season. Have a look at the games, have a look at how we went, our transfers, our captains. It's basically a one-stop shop for the upcoming FPL game week. And given that we're obviously going to be watching the game show afterwards, it is the perfect lead-in for that game week coming up. I think it's game week 10 you mentioned before, Jack, that we're going to be previewing. So we're going to go through our transfers, our captains, everything that you need to know will be there. So if you're going to tune in, if there's only one part you're going to tune in for and you want the information part of the FPL Social, that'll be there for you. Brilliant
stuff, mate. I couldn't have put it better myself. And you're right. And it's not only getting the FPL, Addicts panel, the knowledge and the nonsense that we pass on, but you'll also get, obviously, we've got some great, like as we mentioned, the content creators all in one room, all that knowledge, all that experience contributing towards making your decisions for game week 10 deadline. There's a lot of, people wildcarding at this point right now, but, we never know what game week 10 might bring. Kevin, Ryan, great to see you in the comments there, mate. I'll give you a shout out. See you guys there. You've got your ticket. You are in, and we can't wait to see you there, Kevin. So thank you for supporting it, and we're buzzing to meet you. But on the topic of CC with Chaz, I'm going to bring him in now. Chazza Roberts, a bit of a hero going on, not only for his his knowledge and stuff, but for his mullet as well. But Chaz, part of FPL Addicts this season, you are going to be doing your own corner, captain's corner on the day. You've got all the pressure on you to pick the right captain for the audience who are watching live and also online. You've got a bit of history already about FPL Social because you rocked up there on your own as an individual, not knowing anybody. How was that for you?
I must say, I was one brave individual on that fateful day. And before I get on to it, good evening to you all. It's an absolute pleasure to be joining alongside you and really looking forward to the second FPL Social in Sydney, but also be part of such a special occasion where we just get to meet up, do challenges, engage in panels, engage in topics. I couldn't think of anything better. Just really looking forward to it. And yes, the captain's corner as well too. I've just sort of taken it in my own way since the start of the season. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've just already started thinking about it. You've put me on the spots already, shiver me timbers big time. Yes, and it starts in the fixtures. Looking forward to the captaincy on that day and more importantly, the stats to back it up.
Yeah, listen, I've got no doubt you're going to be delivering some goods, mate. But in terms of obviously rocking up on your own, what advice would you give to anyone who's in a similar position to yourself back in February?
If you've got not much on the Saturday and you're simply keen to meet people in person and you're part of an active FPL community through the Twitter sphere or any other platforms on social media, just give it a go. You just don't know what's going to happen until you get there. And then by the end of it, it'll give yourself a verdict. And personally, for me, in February, just thoroughly enjoyed it. It was fantastic vibes all around.
Yeah, spot on, mate. And we thoroughly enjoyed you being a part of it as well. And, like I said, I couldn't get rid of you on the night. You were the last one out. You didn't want to go home. You wanted me to stay out with you. But obviously, I'm a bit older than you now, mate. So I've not got it in me. I got the legs. But that's it. So as Chaz said, if you're an individual, you're on Twitter. There's so many people out there who are like this, and you're on your own. You're doing your tweets. You've got your thoughts. You've got your opinions. You share it. You may have a following. You may not have a following. But you're in Sydney, and you want to come meet like-minded people. You want to be a part of the action. Get involved. Get a ticket, and you won't regret it because you'll expand your network. You'll make some new friends, maybe friends for life as well. But it'll just strengthen your connections. So 100% recommend that. And Chaz did exactly that. And, we brought him into the community and obviously adore him as well. And he's great banter too. But on to the next one. So FPL Debate 3. This is a great topic. Another topic we're so excited about. We wanted it in this time. We've got some good, we've got some superb managers to back it up. But in this one, so the plan is going to be in this one as well. But Mike, he's going to be in this one too. He's a big Spurs fan. Spurs finally getting back to winning something. I feel like this is a win for Spurs that you're representing, Mike. Are you excited for FPL Social?
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great event. I haven't been along to the one in Melbourne, but really excited it's come to Sydney and excited to share some of my experiences last year and how things are going this year as well.
Yeah, we're obviously very excited to hear about that journey last year. You made it into the top 500, never mind the top 10K. You made it into, what was it, 342nd you came, was it? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's where I finished. I was in the top 50 at one point, but
yeah,
couldn't hold out.
Well, and that is exactly what we're going to be discussing within that, how to hold your nerve when you're in that, even from the top 10K, top 100K, how to hold your nerve, how to make them decisions. And when you're in the top 50, how that feels in that pressure cooker, the decisions you've got to make. When do you pull the trigger on transfers and the nerves around that? So, do you think you'd be able to share some of them experiences with the audience on the day?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely keen to talk about the logic that goes into it and how you make those decisions that will help kind of separate you from the pack, and things like last season, getting on Bernardo at the right time and getting off of him again at the right time, and things like that just allow you to kind of get ahead of the pack perfect. I love it. And in terms of going on, how
what else are you looking forward to on the day? You saw what the content that we did in February. You've seen the topics that we're going to be discussing on the day on the different schedule. What else are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, same as everyone else, right? Like, I think that the community vibes, like, I think fantasy football is such a fun game, but what's really fun about it is the way it brings different people together who, you know, never would have met otherwise. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting some people, getting to know them, and sharing in that community, and just being able to chat about a thing we all love together in person rather than on that online forum where I'm currently doing most of it at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. And it brings that voice. And yeah, as we've said a couple of times already in this stream, it's matching the Twitter handle with a face and putting that to a name. But Mike, I'm super excited to obviously meet you in person as well myself, but also to hear about your journey and also the template and the top 10K chat as well, which is going to be a great topic. And a lot of people are going to be interested to see how what it's like in there and how to get there and how to stay in there too. But yeah, super excited to that. But so that's 3 debates we've already discussed. We've got the preview pod as well, but then we're also going to be doing the FPL social space on the day. So just like on Twitter, we've got to bring kind of Twitter into this world as well, but we're going to do it in person. So there's going to be a live Q&A. So all the managers are going to be in the mix. You can jump online. You can ask the managers what the questions you want to ask, and that'll be either through our streaming platform on the day, or you can obviously tweet in, and we'll read out messages that people are tweeting in, Instagram messages, however it may be, YouTube live comments as well. So in that space, you'll be able to ask the questions, make those decisions for game week 10 deadline 2, which you've got unlimited access there and then. All the people online, all the managers online, maybe a few beers deep for a few managers, maybe making some dodgy decisions. I'm looking at you, Quentin. There we go.
We'll see, mate. We'll see.
I'm no doubt taking a few hits along the line somewhere too. But along with that, we've got the FPL quiz. You guys at home, if you can't make it to Sydney, and you can play the FPL quiz online. I will actually ask Quentin about this because Quentin, you joined in on the quiz last season in February, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a bit of a technical difficulties, and it froze, and I missed half the quiz. So I blame that. That's why I didn't win. But I reckon I would have won it.
Get your excuses in early, of course. But yeah, we know the quiz, it won't be easy. It will be a tough one, but we've got a great quiz lined up for you there. And then we are obviously, after those who are attending, they've got the option then to come to the A-League game after. We'll grab some food, go and watch the game, and then spend a bit of time watching some A-League, and then after that go and watch the Premier League live. So there is an after party. If you can only make the day event, not a problem. Get yourself down, come and join us. And if you want to push on for the night, be a part of it and join in. We are coming over from Melbourne, so we have got no choice but to stay up all night and be a part of it. I'm excited to see a number of managers attend as well. We've got like FPL Dodie coming. We've got FPL Eyes. Shout out to you guys, just to name a few. So yeah, guys, excited for it. I just want to say a big thank you for everyone joining us today who have joined on the preview show. Share this with your friends if you're still unsure about attending or not, but get them to watch this. Hopefully you've got a bit more of an insight into what's going to go on now. A big thank you to our guests who have on the show today, who've come on to give a bit of their insight, how excited they are. And hopefully we'll give you enough information to get you over the line and in attendance. But that is all for now. Hopefully we'll see you in 3 weeks time in Sydney. It's at Ultra Football. Tickets are available online now. If you look on the link below, fplsocial.com.au, find your tickets on there, be a part of it. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, FPL_social, and we can't wait. So we'll see you then. FPL Planner's just jumped in. He said he can't wait to catch us all either. We are excited to see you as well, mate. But guys, that is all for now, and we'll see you on the other side in Sydney.